And then comes meno mosso sottovoce. Okay, here, what is your imagination? What do you want to say? For me, I somehow feel that here in this meno mosso sottovoce, we are suddenly in a very mysterious and very fragrant, dewy field of grass, like secret garden. And I think it's a grass garden because of this. Does this sound reminds you of something? For me, it sounds like Alpen horn. So, of course, it reminds me of green, like Heidi in Alpen. So, for me, it brings me the image of the greeneries, green field, and very mysterious, almost secret garden, very fragrant and very intimate. And everything here is like a conversation within yourself, and very dreamy too, so as if you are in a different world. So you stay in this place, but here you also have to be very careful to follow the legato line exactly how it's written, because this is very peculiar, because left hand is always just a bar by bar. But the right hand, for example, look at the bar 68, and then here is one phrase, and then goes but similar phrase. Look, bar 76, here the same notes but different legato phrase. Different, and again different. You see, he is very peculiar about this legato marking, so please follow exactly what he says. Okay, so it goes very harmoniously, very peacefully, but somehow it goes to a strange place again. What happens here? We are in a familiar place, but with something fundamentally different. We are trapped because the left hand, the bass doesn't move. This bass doesn't move. When bass doesn't move, then the music is not moving anywhere. So whatever the right hand tries, the right hand tries to get away. It's like a prison. You are trapped. You cannot get away. So the right hand tries very hard. The right hand tries, with left hand together, tries for first time, second time, third time. At the fourth time, finally a festival opens. So, what happens here? Did we hear this melody before? Yes. Where did we hear it? From the strange secret garden that we were just before. at the secret garden, we heard it as an inner voice, as a conversation with yourself. But here at this little festival, people are celebrating with joy. Yes, it's suddenly celebration. Maybe because they just got out of the prison. Here, what is important is that all these octave passages, these are quite difficult. They have to be practiced. And the left hand too, the texture of this page is quite thick. It's like even when you just look at this, one can even mistake it as like Liszt. But this is Chopin still. So how do we play this page, this section, with fortissimo and with festivity, but still sound like Chopin, not like Liszt? That's very important. So I can give you a tip. First of all, the left hand, the bass should be ringing. So ring the bass. By ringing, I mean bring the sound out of this instrument, but not to give pressure into the instrument. So I mean like this, but not like this. And then also, so when you ring, and then the middle voices, the filling voices, this so these filling voices, it doesn't have to be no. So this you can practice without pedal. Please practice without it so that you can do finger legato and especially more voicing on your thumb. So practice alone, the left hand, and then the right hand. Also, here you will see that the legato marking is always written here, and you have to follow it very carefully. And also here, on the right hand, what is important is your pinky, your fifth. You have to focus your pinky very well. So what I'm saying is you don't have to play every harmony with your full weight, because this is not what Chopin wrote. Look, this slur marking, first of all, he wrote like this. Yes, two note slur. And then the next one. And then and these passages, octave passages, you have to practice one voice with legato and the other voice with alto. The idea is that whether you practice third or sixth or octaves, whichever passages in consecutive passages going up and down, you have to practice one voice with legato and the other voice with staccato. For example, here, let me try this. So here, now I used the outer voice, the soprano voice, as legato, and I used alto, the thumb, as staccato. And then this is much easier. And although impossible, you have to do the other way around too. So try to do thumb, legato, and the 5 and 4 staccato. Of course, doing legato with the thumb is impossible. But what it does is that it makes you learn how to use your wrist free. So it gives you certain freedom of using your wrist. And playing Chopin, the freedom of your wrist is very important. And so that's how you can practice like so. The other practice method is that when you start, when you practice from beginning of the phrase, start normal tempo and then going toward the end, do crescendo and ritardando. So like this, because we always make mistakes toward the end of it. And then the other one, by the same reason, practice from the last note. So like this. So from the last note, second from the last, third from the last, and so on. And then other places like this. These type of places where the octave passages are like written like a melody, you have to simply learn the soprano, which is played by like 4 and 5, play them as a melody. Of course, you have to know first which fingering you use exactly and write it down. Then you can still make it festive, but not as heavy as Lisztian fortissimo. Okay? Then bar 124, after the third attempt of... So after the third scale going up, there is a moment of triple forte. So triple fortissimo. Yeah. So this... And this sound is like a brief fireworks. So this also. So at this moment, this sound also, the sound should ring, but not pressure down. So this is also very light sound with impact, but very light. So with this and immediately disappear, and then from here, sempre più animato, it sounds as if Tom and Jerry, the cartoon Tom and Jerry stars. What is important is that on the right hand, of course, it should start very even. And here, one practice method, it goes. One might practice this only as duple. But practice this in triplet. So. Yes. Practicing this passage in triplet helps very much. And same is here. Turn it into triplet. So. Yes, triplet practicing is important. And goes again, it keeps going. Here, più vivo, of course, the character has to keep going, but coming into the scherzando, you have to be very much in control of tempo, because this is very important, left hand. You can imagine like doing a clown doing juggling with like 3 balls in 2 hands. So unless you start with a very controlled tempo, this this will be quite tricky. So from the beginning, this should be very much together, left hand and then right hand. So be careful. And then from here, so all these places you have to listen to the harmonic changes and practice with all the harmony successions, and it'll be easier. And then come to where I feel as if we are back to the sea. So this place, I mean, we have fortissimo, and the left hand, it has this figure. So this kind of wave, I mean, yes, the wave figure, and then also this thema. We are already familiar with this thema. First time at the Menomosso sottovoce, and second time at the festival, I mean so-called festival. And then now here again. And this time I feel as if we are on the water, like cruising with a sailboat and confidently cruising because of this left hand. And here also, please follow the legato marking. 4, and then it goes very confidently. It goes con forza. Again, 191, bar 191, ritenuto again. So another big change of character. Now, where does it go? Meno mosso sempre sottovoce. So the last time, trapped, imprisoned. This is like right before the tornado comes. Absolute silence. There is no sound, no movement at all, just before the tornado breaks out. And it goes but here something unexpected comes. Here comes appassionata, il più forte possibile, poco ritenuto. Here comes a phrase which is so excruciatingly painful, and it is so heartbreaking, it like rips your heart off. I mean, this phrase which comes now, I mean, you have to play it yourself. I mean, of course, everybody can play differently, but what I suggest is that here's poco ritenuto. So I suggest that you take as much as time you need to speak out each change of the harmony, and each, how should I say, each pain that you feel, I mean, look. And before the left hand also. Left hand alone should be sung without pedal, of course. So, I mean, even when starting, and here, appassionato. Of course, it is written, I mean, mathematically it is written. This is a mathematically correct playing, but who plays like that? I mean, this kind of phrase, you should express your heart out. I mean, the pain and frustration and desperation. This is a place you can really grab it out, and you have to pronounce every pain and struggle and desperation out. Yes? And then comes presto con fuoco, which is more accented. It's not presto, but con fuoco, with fire. So the first part of it, so from bar 208 till 215, is more rhythmic figure. And then the second part of it, so from 216 till the end, is more melodic flowing. So this is what I mean. So as you see, the strong beat is always on the upbeat, I mean offbeat. So 1, 2, 4, 2, 4. Then from 216, from here it flows more. First of all, the left hand goes. Of course, left hand practice alone, and right hand. This is one phrase. Then also 2 bars in one phrase. 1, 1. So now together. I mean, I didn't practice, my arms are tired. Here, 236 is very important because until then, the right hand didn't have accented notes, but 236, especially here. So the previous bar is this. But here, so here, this is very important. When you go up the scale, listen to the left hand. When you go to the top of the mountain, Everest, you have to at least put a flag there. Yeah, so put your flag, so take your time, in other words. And imagine a roller coaster. So when the roller coaster goes up, then it doesn't go shook. It takes at the right at the top, it takes time and then goes so like roller coaster. And since you are taking some time at the peak, then you have to give time. So that's the definition of rubato. This is a whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then look, 254 here. This is 2, half note. 1, 2. Yeah. So between 250 and 254, these are two different notes. So 4, count 4, and then the next count 2. And then the last passage, 258, we're finally at the end. Says triple forte and poco ritenuto in the beginning, then accelerando. What I think of here as an image is an iceberg. Yeah. Iceberg collapsing into each other. So you can imagine the sound. Yes, that's what I have in my sound imagination. Okay, so I hope we covered some important issues here, and I hope, well, some of my own imaginations and ideas might have helped you learning this piece or just enhancing what you already have. I hope this session was helpful for you, and it was helpful for me because I could actually think about what I really think about this piece. So thank you for being with me, and I hope to see you next time with a different piece. If you have any piece that you would like to request, then please write to our email. Address will be written down here. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.